So yeah, like I was telling you, man, everybody always asking me why I do videos. That's what I do. God's plan. I'm not just naming myself God's plan. This is what I do every day. God's plan. And I give a great motivational speak, and I'm a motivational speaker. This is the content that I choose to create for God, with God, for from me, for you, for us. You know, I do this great motivational speaking. I also expose the secret society a lot, and I show the bad things they wished on me. They wish on Cied, and still, I'm him. You know, I don't talk about drugs because that's not something I condone. I'm not into destroying my community. So you won't see me up here rapping about all the drugs I saw. I grew up with a lot of people I looked up to, I admired my whole life. It was always around me. I just chose to be the one to not destroy my community. I knew better when I got to a certain age and understood it all. Yeah, it comes with easy, fast, quick money, but it don't last. Shout out to my boy Coco. He was one of the best in the city at one time doing this thing. He can tell you from experience, and he changed for the better. He about to have everybody march with him right now as we speaking for this, come to it. And I respect him and look up to that brother more than anything, but I got to own and control my own destiny. He can tell you about the drug life. It ain't good. Shout out to my bro Shaq. He can tell you the same thing. It ain't good. RP to my bro Pierre. He's one of the greatest at this, and if he was here, he'd tell you it ain't what it is because he got killed. Shout out to the whole A block. You know what I mean? Shout out to kids. Shout out to the fam. These are all people, my big bros and sisters, people I looked up to my whole life who's done that, been there and done that. It's just not something that's for me. You know? Shout out to all the Cieds out there too. So everybody who about to get ready to march, when you starting from East 3rd, you know what I'm saying? That's my block too, E3. That's where we grew up from. That's the BHT 2820 Wild Hunted Lava game. You know what I'm saying? Bumped the MOBs, but that's where we did it. Growing up. That's my organization. And when you get up to East 3rd and Pharrell, when you look at them buildings, you're gonna see all them devil antennas on them buildings. You're gonna see them. You know what I mean? And then you think about Topia getting murdered and how that all trivia is a big part of the secret society. And I just exposed that right there for you. And when you think about it, it's like, oh, ish. You ain't never think about it that way. But I had to give you something to think about. You know what I mean? And that's real. When you look at that, knowledge is key because it makes you look around everything. When you look around Mount Vernon, the money under Mount Vernon, Murderville, Mount Virus, you'll see, I could break down the secret society to you. You'll see things that, I show you pictures that you can't unsee. This is what I do. I'm a seer. I'm good at it. So yeah, I'm not into doing those things. I only could do what God asked me to do. Give great motivational speaking. I'm not gonna talk about things that prohibit for me to talk about. That's not for me. It's not for us. And you're not gonna gain anything off of doing something better. It don't make no sense to be that ignorant. To choose something that I know doesn't work for me. It's not a work in progress for us. Destroying our community. I'm not gonna get up on here and talk a whole desert storm about selling drugs and something I haven't did. That's false claiming. I ain't never did that in my life. Not really at all. I hustled, but I never sold drugs. So we ain't gonna talk about that. But what we are gonna talk about is key and knowledge. You know what I mean? And that's something I have great examples from. Turning my life around for the better. I have great examples from. Running the streets, I did that. Playing with guns, I did all of that. I've done all of that. I'm only gonna talk about things I did. You know what I mean? So growing up, me, my whole BHT gang, my bro DJ, the twins, all of our homies, we was into the streets, but a lot of us just chose not to sell drugs. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna get up in here and force play to have a big role just to gain fans or followers and lie about something I haven't done. That's not something I'm into. That's not what my mental is. But to talk about the satanic, the demonic, the witchcraft, the voodoo, the spirit cooking, the graveyard dirt, blowing dust, blowing smoke, those are things I've been through. And I have a right to talk about that. That's my life. I stay in my own lane. I'm not going to get up on here and talk a whole bunch of things about somebody because I'm hating. That's not me. I'm not going to get up here and talk a whole bunch of things about somebody because I wish I had what they had or I want to be them. That's not me. I stay in my own lane. But I am going to, for sure, talk about God's plan. Because that's what it is and that's where I'm at with it. Up with it. You know what I mean? I'm going to talk about all the things that I went through that's horrible. I'm going to talk about the things of how I got better. I'm going to talk about God. I'm going to talk about the people who hate and don't want you to love God. Because that's where I'm at with it. That's my lane. I'm not going to get up in here and portray something that I'm not. I'm not a wannabe. I'm not Illuminati. That's something I go against. I talk about my pain. Not just being a victim, but how I survived. So it's not about being a victim, because everybody want to be looked at as a victim, but looking at it as a survivor. Looking at it as a survivor. And when you look at life as a survivor, it's dope. It's real dope. Probably one of the dopest things you could do, because it gives you strength and number to do better instead of always feeling down for yourself for what you went through. Understand that? So people want to question. There's no question. There's not a debate. It's not up for discussion. Real recognize real. I'm only going to stay in my lane and talk about things I know and I experience and I've been, and how to help and help people be better. If it's for you, it's for you. If it's not for you, it's not for you. But I'm not going to get up here and talk a whole bunch of nonsense and garbage and rubbish. I'm not going to talk about something that was so yesterday. It's not for me. We on today, so we got to move forward. What's today? Today, Monday, we got to move forward to Tuesday, to Wednesday, to Thursday. I'm not going to talk about last Halloween. We talked about that on Halloween. I'm not going to talk about last year. That was last year. I'm moving on to the next year. And to be honest, you should be getting ready for the next year right now. Don't wait till the last minute and do all your new plannings and want to upgrade and upload and level up for what you want to do next year. Start right now. Start right now. As the old saying, word is bond. Start right now. Better your life right now. And this is what I'm on. Better in my life. I'm not out here to try to steal your kid, teach your kid to do negative things, try to get your kid to be inspired and mind about dumb things and people. No. I try to show your kid that to choose to own and control their own destiny. Don't want to be him, but be a better you. That's more inspiring. That's more charming. That's more characteristic for him to notice how to love himself, and more than that and more than that. Not repeat the same mistakes or worse as somebody who never went nowhere. Talking about, let me be your OG. He ain't even old enough to be his own OG. He still ain't get his life together. How he gonna help you with yours? He just gonna steal it. So no, I gotta keep it 100 and keep it real. Northside God's plan, up with it, strengthen the bond daily. That's what I'm here to talk about. So I'm here to talk about staying on God time and not on demon time. Stay off demon time and stay on God time. That's what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to tell you stories that can help your life and prevent you from making the same mistakes or worse as another person, and to help you give glory to yourself, to better yourself. Not to hear talk about poison. I'm not going to poison your ears to mind control you to be blind. I'm not going to take nothing broken from my system and put into yours and mind control you neither. That's not what I stand for. We more than that. I'm not going to tell you a story to make you less and let you run out there and go and be mind controlled with those waves and go out there and just do something strange for a piece of change. I'd rather give you something to change for the better. That's what I'm here for. To make a stand, to make a difference. I've done wrong in my life. My whole life I was a leader. It's just that I was leading people into the streets. I was leading people to get killed, to go to jail, to show dudes about stuff that we didn't have no need to do. We know that we are so much better and more. So this is what I'm choosing. Northside, God's plan. So I'm not asking you who cares about this and this and that if you have a problem with that. That's my life. Those are the shoes I walked in. I walked and had rats all over my body and dealt with all the things that you would never understand and go through. I did that. So I'm going to talk about that proudly. If I want to talk about it every day, I'm going to talk about it every day. If I want to talk about it every week, I'm going to talk about it every week. Every month, every year, then that's what I'm going to do. Every decade, I'm going to do that because that's my life and that's what I can relate to. Real. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to sit up here and gaslight nothing and fake the funk for nothing. So like I said, like, subscribe, and share, you know? Till the next episode, aces, up with it.